Information and entertainment. It brings us all together. Whilst I'm creating this video, I know it will be watched by various communities across the globe. However, I also know that from a professional and non-professional curated content perspective, there are fundamental challenges that the global media industry faces. Stay tuned to find out more. My name is Firoz from decentralizedchain.com. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about crypto, whether it's news, insights, or analysis to help you get that edge, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss a thing. And while you're at it, why not join me and the DC community over on Telegram? It's a growing community of over 400 like-minded individuals interested in all things crypto, and a lot of the projects and gems get discussed there before they even make their way to YouTube. Not to mention, there is yet another $100 giveaway, so make sure you follow the rules below on how to enter. Today's episode is close to my heart. Content creation, when you look at it from a wider viewpoint, and specifically the global media industry, there is a key bridge that needs building when it comes to the audience, like yourselves, and the content creators, buyers, and distributors. It's so fragmented today that without this connection, global availability of video content, the discovery process for buyers, married with the complex licensing and chain of rights, makes it extremely difficult to even get early feedback from content consumers. But there is a silver lining, and today I talk to the business director of MILC, who have already developed a decentralized platform to bring all these complexities together in one place, for the first time allowing the audience to directly impact and receive the benefits from the creation and distribution of quality new content. If that wasn't enough, the team behind MILC already have a media content library valued over 48 million euros, well over 25 years of experience in this space, independent factual entertainment free-to-air TV network in Germany and Switzerland with over 15 million viewers. On top of that, they have 5 to 10 million online viewers a month. So I'm super pumped when it comes to talking about this project. Everything shouts usage and adoption. Not to mention, on top of this, they have a great list of advisors that are already behind this project. Ferrum Network, you've got Gather, you've got X21, who have been backing a lot of winners in this space over the last few months that I've noticed, and way before that. And on top of that, you've got founders from Mantra DAO as well supporting this project, not to mention a whole host of more. So really, for me, I'm excited because there is already a platform in place. I'm excited because it's decentralized. It kind of helps within this whole media industry space, which is very close to what I do as well. But rather than me talking about it, let's jump into the interview with Eugene and see exactly what MILC have to say. Eugene, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on and taking the time out of your busy day. How have you been?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. And yeah, I appreciate your interest in the project really very much.
Well, perfect. Well, look, I mean, I think everyone's very interested to understand a bit more about MILC. But you know, why don't we hear it straight from you? I mean, how did the idea come about?
Yeah, well, I try to keep the story short, the history, but actually in this year, we are celebrating our 25th anniversary. So the company and the brand behind the MILC project is Welt der Wunder. It's a World of Wonders. It used to be a German TV show. We call this kind of content, call it infotainment. So it was always close to science, close to industry, but always with a entertaining aspect, as we are on broadcast. And yeah, we have done this business, so the production business, for almost 20 years. And 2013, we decided to switch the sides. So we became a broadcaster ourselves. We have a network established in Germany in 2013 and another one in Switzerland the year after in 2014. Mm-hmm. So we know pretty good both sides of this industry. On the one hand, you have the production side, so the producers, and on the other hand, the buyers who buy the content, who buy the TV show, movies, and stuff like that. And since we have been for such a long time the producers, we grew a really big archive of content. Mm-hmm. Yeah, main business for producers is producing content. Yeah. So. And once it is sold to a broadcast or to a network, you don't touch it again. Yeah, so it remains in the archive. And because you usually don't have the capacities to sell this content maybe to another TV station, maybe not in Germany then, but or in Europe, but to another country. But usually you don't have the capacities. And another big issue is this whole licensing and selling process of content is really a big pain, because you have so many levels of intellectual property of the whole copyright. It's not comparable to stock footage where you have maybe one creator, but you have so many different levels. You have an author, maybe you have a cameraman, you have this, and that's really complicated. So producers or production companies usually don't try to sell their content. They are more focused on producing new stuff.
Okay.
And but this is actually a big value that lies in the archives of many production companies. And so we were licensed. Our TV show was licensed in I think it was a 7 or 10 European countries. So we were in touch with this. But we also knew that normally you go through agents and through content traders, and they really charge high fees. So it's like 30 to 50%. And that makes the content more expensive. But this more of the money doesn't go in the quality, but just goes to the yeah. So when we came across this technology we call the Media Hub, we saw the big possibility and chance to make to develop a platform, a marketplace for, we call it professional content, but we can do this later, also open it to non-professionals, because nowadays content creator, everybody is a content creator, because technology is no more the barrier, because every smartphone, every device has a good quality for the camera. So maybe 10, 15 years ago, you had to buy really expensive big cameras.
Yeah.
And that's not the challenge anymore. Now it's only about the story and the content. And this is something we try to break up, so liberate it and democratize it, so everybody can be part of this industry.
I mean, without getting into too much detail, I mean, how does the actual platform work at a basic level then? Because I suppose if we go on what you mentioned before, you've kind of got your brokers, you've got your agents, various intermediaries, right? Kind of facilitating the go-between between producers and then obviously the consumers of that content. So effectively, you're cutting those individuals out and allowing a direct B2C relationship, or?
Yeah, exactly. So we don't aim to cut anybody out of this. So it will remain an open marketplace. But I think every one of us knows Amazon. So Amazon, first of all, it was an online bookstore. That's where it started from, and it was just open like everybody. But you didn't need to go to the store anymore, but you could buy books online. And so this is what we are trying to do with content. So we are building up a platform. Of course, one big part of the technology is the whole media asset management. You need a state-of-the-art player. You need state-of-the-art user interface. So this is, of course, mandatory. Yeah, this is nothing. This has nothing to do with blockchain in the first case. But what is more important is the safety and the protection of the intellectual property. Because, for example, we have most of our content is available on YouTube. So if you use a YouTube grabber, you can download our videos. So it's not about protecting the videos, but it's about facilitating the whole licensing process. So maybe if you have a channel, you have a YouTube channel, maybe you see an interesting video which we produced. So it will be really hard for you to get in contact with us. You maybe write an email, info at blah, 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 and you won't get a response and stuff like that. So we said, okay, build a marketplace. Put your content there. So, and the copyright issue and licensing agreements will be stored in the blockchain, so not centralized, but really on a decentralized base. And then you can, this is what we will provide, is like templates, because from our experience, we know what the basic license agreements need. So we are not talking about, I won't go in this too deep, but let's say you want to use it forever on your YouTube channel. Yeah, this one. And so really the easy license things, not 7-day catch up in this region, yes, in this region, not, because this is getting complicated. Yeah, but let's see the easy way. So we will provide a template. So it won't take the content owners too much time, and it won't be too complicated to provide the content on this marketplace. It's simply a marketplace with some nice features. But in the first step, it will enable, or that is what we are aiming for, to enable everybody to offer their content.
Okay. So, I mean, it's interesting to say marketplace, because when I kind of look at the landscape, I wouldn't necessarily say you're the first to market with the idea and the concept, but at the same time, you know, coming to market does also require obtaining market share from competitors or similar platforms, right? How do you plan to get out there and, you know, fundamentally build that trust with your consumers, with your users, to want to then move over to MILC?
Yeah, I think one big difference and one big advantage for us is that bring in the technology, we bring in the experience, and let's call this the engine of the project, and then we bring the fuel as well, because we bring in our own content as well. So this is always a typical German challenge. Germans have the idea and the technology, and then you say, okay, and where is the use case? Or now we need the tires on the car. Oh, tires? Oh, we need tires? Oh, we need fuel? And I think this is often a reason why projects can't really develop further or really survive on the market. So we are bringing in all the relevant components, and on the other hand, we are talking about a $500 billion market. Yeah. So if there are other competitors, it's okay. So the cake is big enough.
Yeah.
So we can share it, and yeah, that's all. On the other side, it's competition. So it's okay. It's fair enough.
Okay. So let's pivot a bit more towards the actual token, right? Because we're going to get some more of the juicier stuff. But I'm curious. I mean, you know, beyond the value of the token when you eventually launch, because you know what this space is like, right? We've got people wanting to make a quick buck, and we've got those obviously who will be vested within the technology purely because it applies to them. It means something to them. You know, me as a content creator, if there's a way for me to license my content out or parts of my content out, then for me, there is a valid use case for me, right? So I'm curious, in terms of the actual token utility, what does it sort of provide within this ecosystem?
Yeah. So first of all, it will be the payment within the platform. We are talking about a global marketplace. So although we are a German company, or we have a German brand, the MILC project is really a global project, and token as a payment makes it way easier to exchange from different countries. So this is one thing. And on the other hand, the media industry is really a big ecosystem. So it's not only about buying and selling content, but we will enable features also with the participation of the users. So of course, I call it traditional crypto features like staking. Yeah, this will be a feature, but we are more focusing on really use cases like a governance in the platform. So we see the platform also as a pitch place for new ideas. So a launch pad. Yeah, it's different launch pad, not compared to what we know from the crypto space, but a launch pad for creativity, for new ideas. So as a token holder, you will be able to vote, for example, and to review maybe ideas in an early stage. So because every creator, every movie director depends on the audience feedback. Yeah. This is what we are doing. This
stuff
exactly, for the audience.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the earlier we can get the feedback, the better it is for the product in the end. So this will be a utility of the token as well.
Okay.
So the bridge, to build a bridge between the audience and the creators.
So, and obviously we've spoken a lot about the platform in terms of kind of where we're driving towards. I'm curious behind the execution in terms of moving forward. So on that note, I mean, let's talk a bit about the team. I mean, what are your backgrounds in terms of what you're doing here?
Yeah.
I'm curious. What makes you guys so great at what you're doing to be able to do what you're doing?
Yeah. So the brand and company behind the MILC project is Wunder, and the founder and also presenter of Welt der Wunder is our CEO, Hendrik Hai. And so he brings in, I mean, he was all his life, he was in the media industry. So he back to when there was West and Eastern Germany, and he was in radio. So he spent all his life in this industry. And that's, I think an experience you cannot just buy somewhere. You have to live this. And that's big part of us, of the team. We've been with Welt der Wunder, also with the founding of the TV network broadcasting. So we know from the beginning, really, we are here for a lot of colleagues, more than 10 years. So we bring in a lot of experience in this industry. But of course, we have our developers as well. So they are really good in the whole web development, in the broadcasting technology, which is really sophisticated, and they are diving in the blockchain as well. But we know that we need good advisors and good support from the community. And we have some big names on our advisory board with JP Malin, with Yuri, with Dominic. So and in all this process, new advisors are onboarded. So I don't know if you have seen that Lester is as well on our advisory board.
From familiar with X21.
Exactly. I think we announced it today, or have we announced it already? I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
I think we will announce it on Friday. But he's on the page already, so it's not a secret anymore. And we see that the crypto community is really having an eye on our project. And these experienced guys are really eager to join us, and that's great. So because we have professionals from both industries.
And that's kind of what I was gearing towards when I was asking about the team, because I understand, you know, the broadcasting industry very well, and you're right, it is a sophisticated area of business. My wife works in broadcasting, so I know. But I was and it's interesting because you mentioned, because I was always curious in terms of how you're bridging between, you know, traditionally you're from a broadcast industry and you're looking to move into more of a decentralized space, blockchain, using that to kind of spread it out more. But it's always interesting to see what advisors and what partners actually come along and join you for the journey. So I know you mentioned JP Mullin, which is Mantra Zhao. I know Lester very well from X21. I think there's also Ferrum involvement from Ferrum Network as well, which are regulars on the show, and other projects that they've worked with as well on this show. So it's nothing.
My screen is green now. Is yours as well? So
no. I think we're okay. So don't worry. We're good to go. That's
okay, fine. Because it's. I make a photo and send it to you, so you believe me.
No, that's completely fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. So, I mean, let's talk about roadmap, because I'm sure people are very eager to understand what are the next steps and where we're going with this. So, as far as I understand, you already have a platform The platform's
Yeah.
there. So there isn't really a product launch per se then, or is there?
No, we use the platform on a daily basis on both our networks, whole content management, ingesting, transcoding, delivery. Also, the advertisers are going through this platform to deliver the assets and stuff like that. But in the interface, we use it right now. We know we cannot publish this to everybody, because we need to do some improvements there. So that's one of the first tasks. So really, the B2B professionals can be onboarded easily. And we have this month we will have our IDO.
Excellent.
So by end of April, it's really pretty sporty timing. But yeah.
Anything you can share about the platform? Or are we going to keep that quiet?
Not yet.
I thought I could try and squeeze a bit out of you.
Yeah, no, not yet. But
stay tuned, viewers. Stay tuned.
Our advisors have very, very good networks in this community.
Excellent. It's always good to hear. Well, before we wrap up, there's one thing that I always like to talk about, and that's community. And I've said it to many of the others that have also come before you. It's the crypto community is important when it comes to any project. It pretty much makes or breaks a project, and without it, you're not necessarily going very far. And when we talk about MILC specifically, I wouldn't say something that the everyday consumer can grasp as being a community member, right? You've got various projects, you've got lending, staking, all of that stuff. Everyday consumers can understand that. We understand that we're making money, we're getting returns, APYs. So, unless you fully understand the purpose behind MILC, right? I understand it. I get it. I'm a content producer, so I get it. But there will be others in the community that may not get it. So I'm curious, how do you keep that community engaged? Because it either becomes a community that's very niche, or it's a community that is very supportive to a certain extent of the wider vision and crypto in general. So I'm curious how you bring them along on the journey and keep that engagement.
Yeah, I think everybody consumes content. Everybody consumes video content. So everybody has his Netflix account or Amazon Prime, and a lot of people there have a huge creativity. So you see it in the memes, in the GIFs and stuff like that. So people are creative, and you can do all this with your smartphone. So what we see on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, in the Reels, there is a big creativity out there. But right now they maybe they can get some fame for a few seconds or something like that, but they don't get any reward for their creativity. And we all know that maybe a 5 seconds video is really only 5 seconds, but it's not produced in 5 seconds. So I think this will be really a game changer on our platform, that people can get part of the industry via this platform. Because for us as broadcasters, for example, it's really important to use user-generated content sometimes. When you have news or something, that you have unique shots because someone is there having his smartphone and. So, but if these people publish their content on YouTube, for example, or on Facebook, often broadcasters grab this video and write something source YouTube, and that's it. That's all your fame. But on our platform, you can put a price tag, for example, on it, and then it's easier also, and it's also safe for a broadcaster to use it, because we are willing to maybe pay you for this video. When you say give me $10 or something, it's better than nothing. But we can't reach you because it needs to be fast and everything. And so if you upload a video now from London and we say, oh wow, great video, we want to use it, but how? I can't call you. I can, if I write you an email, I don't know when I get a response. So this is something you can upload the video, put the simple license on it. You say you can use it wherever you want, how often you want. Just give me $10 or $100, and I'm fine. Yeah, and then it's easy for us to use it, and we are safe. So I think this brings a big engagement in the non-crypto community as well.
Yeah, no, it does, and you know, there was a reason asking that question, and I quite like the simplified way that you've provided the response, because whilst from the offset you may think, hold on, this is all broadcasting, is very niche. It isn't, because you're right. Everybody is a content creator with the advent of TikTok, whatever it may well be. A 5-second clip is a 5-second clip that does require a bit of effort to produce, but if it's used by many, then why would you not want to get paid for it as well at the same time? So it's always a
because actually that's what YouTube and broadcasters make money with content. Yeah,
no,
and we have a YouTube channel by our own, and we know what the revenue at the end of the month is, and it's not. Yeah. Nothing you can.
Yeah, no, I know. I know exactly. Well, look, Eugene, thank you so much for your time today, and I wish you all the best with the project. It certainly is something that's much needed in this space, and certainly gives back what I would say back to the community, those who want to be able to leverage their expertise and be rewarded for it, rightly so. Right?
And that's the spirit of blockchain as well, or of DLT. Yeah, so this is where big industries now match.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, look, all the best with the IDO, and we'll all be looking forward to understanding a bit more and when that happens. But any last words for our viewers?
No, just stay tuned, and we have a lot of features coming, and we highly appreciate the community's feedback, and we are really open-minded. So have a look, and feel free to get in our Telegram group as well and give us feedback.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Eugene, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.